Okay, so where we left off, we are just about to start the main mission, the main chapter called Things Fall Apart, which is very aptly named because what we had done prior to this, I don't even know frankly how to summarize it, not because I don't remember it, it's just like how the hell do you even summarize it? We fought against Bahamut. Dion unfortunately did not make it, which is actually frankly really sad. It's probably the third most emotional death so far. Our mother is no longer with us by her choice. Her son Olivier was not her son. It was, I keep wanting to call him Mythos. It's not Mythos. It's Ultima. Was Ultima. But this is the kind of questions that we have, and I don't know if we will find out eventually if we're sort of meant to know at this point. But we don't know how long her son was Ultima for. Was it always Ultima in disguise? Did Ultima take over the body at some point? I don't know. I think we still have questions there. Oh, so not the free feet. That's exactly what it was, Red. Thank you. That's exactly what it was. As for Annabella, nothing of value was lost. I'm frankly... Well, I'm shocked. But not shocked as in surprised. It's just a very... To do that, I think, in the video game, I think takes a lot of courage. I don't know. I don't... It's a tough thing to have watched. It was tough to watch, but I think it was most serviceable for the story. And so in that sense, I think it took courage for the devs to be like, we're going to do this thing that's really horrible, but such a good character. Oh, she was such a good character, but that was rough to watch. Okay, so before we get on with the main mission stuff, let's do side mission things. We've got this one here. And I think, wow, you can't even travel. Oh, it may not even let me do the side mission, I wonder. Oh, we've got 2 of them. Okay. Who is this? I was thumbing through the hideaway ledges at Otto's behest and might have come across something that might need your attention. Maybe. And by that, I mean immediately. You know where I'll be. I actually don't know where you'll be because I don't remember who you are. And you say this is urgent, and yeah, I'm answering this very late.
Trouble with the ledgers. Shouldn't he be asking Otto for help?
Okay. Redhead, welcome in. Hi. Yeah, it was so hard, Castery, don't you think? Oh, it's close. Close. Can I talk? What do you have to say, Jill?
It will take time to come to terms with everything that happened in the Dominion. But time is the one thing we always seem to lack.
That is not an exit. Every time, dude. Every time I want to exit through there, and I can't. In the words of Billy Bob Thornton, I like the way you talk, Java. Thank you. I was trying to say it like Billy Bob, and I was tempted to go, I like the way you talk, but Billy Bob does. I don't think Billy Bob talks like that. I don't think he's Southern, frankly.
Did you see that?
Annabella, I think, works best as a character if she's not brainwashed at all. Just someone who's just mean and awful because of her own actions and blah. And I do think, I mean, we agree that's the character that she was.
Clive, did you get my letter?
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto might be listening.
Yeah, he's right there.
Is this better?
Yes.
Listen, I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it's maybe my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. 0, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's gonna take some time, and I'm gonna need help keeping it from Otto.
Be late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight.
I'm busy dealing with my own
You
debt.
forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you.
This is awkward. Don't get me involved.
You out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha
I would want to die
and the
if I'm this
dame
dude.
And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Don't do this to me.
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
He is way nicer
We have
than
that
I
much
would
to
be.
hand. I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these
Well,
are.
how am I supposed to know what it is?
Something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
How am I
I'm sure there will be.
Make me feel like a shithead.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, asses to wipe and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
It's kind of silly that they had him guess correctly and yet they
Well.
still had him repeat what it is.
I suppose this is goodbye then.
Oh, stop being so dramatic.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
But also, wouldn't Karen know?
I don't.
Hang on. I mean, wouldn't Karen know? She obviously knows that they are in debt and that she's not received payment yet. Oh, look, it absolutely will not let you travel away. Okay. So we've started off this side mission. We can't complete it. I'm not going to pick the other one up in the ledger yet. I will carry on with the main mission stuff and then we'll, I'm going to do as much of the main mission as necessary to be able to unlock doing the side mission stuff. Let's clear up the side missions and then we'll keep going. Last thought before I get distracted with the main mission stuff. I completely agree about that Annabella thing, and I think the thing that's really fascinating is, and again, it's the sort of the divide between the issues that like the common humans are having, and then you've got this like otherworldly, the Ultima plotline or whatever. But like through and through, Annabella is just a woman who is incredibly insecure and had only had her mind and heart set on power, right? And that's why she looked at Clive with disdain. That's why we also understand now why she kind of like, she loved Joshua, but why maybe it was easy to kind of betray Rosaria because she didn't like fully appreciate him for him, why she didn't love her husband and stuff. And yeah, I think for her, I mean, once her son was gone, I mean, I think for her that was everything that she held true and near and dear to her was that she wasn't in love with her husband. She didn't care about her town, her peoples. And so once she lost her child, her child that she saw the potential for there to be power, her powerful child, because obviously she has 2 children that are very much alive. She just saw it as the end for her. It's crazy. I think she is one of all of the characters in this game. I think are really interesting, very, very interesting motivations. And I yeah, I don't know. I think I feel like there are a handful of games. I just want to say this before I get distracted. There are a handful of games, and this is what I really appreciate about. It's what I really appreciate about Final Fantasy. It's what I appreciated about Game of Thrones. I think there are a lot of games who'd go, okay, Annabella is this horrible person, but let's give her this redemption arc. Like, you know, let's try and have them rebuild the family and whatever, and do the thing that I think would be like easy. You know, I think it, in the sense it's like really palatable, but to have her go in the fashion that she went, I don't know. I think it's a more interesting thing. I think it's a more true thing. I think it serves the story in a really interesting way. So yeah, it would have been poetic if she was crushed by falling debris, and she assumed that the noble status protected her from everything, and dying that way is something that's true, Citrus. It is like commonplace, like you think that you're protected and yet you are just like everyone else and you could die just like everyone else. But I do think it's stronger that she chose to take her own life, because that is such a clear punctuation on her worldview. Like, you know, absolutely where her stance is on certain things, how she views the world, whatnot. So whilst it may not have been poetic, I thought it was like such a great storytelling moment. Such a great storytelling moment. I like Annabelle's ending. Yeah, the only thing that could have hurt her more was that's true. That would have felt wrong though.
Otto,
in a way.
how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fact storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project.
Canva?
Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I'll leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't.
Okay.
It certainly can't hurt to ask.
Maybe they
suppose
do,
not.
maybe they don't. Okay. I've got 2 people to speak to. Can I travel now? No. I quite like talking to Viv.
Every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe.
Presages.
Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate.
Presages.
No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits.
It's more than a few toppled
They'll be
clock
back on their
towers.
feet in no time.
But I like... You can't break her spirit.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Let's do it. I thought you didn't like Viv. I don't, but I like talking to her. I like this bit of interacting with Viv. But Viv is a
these darkened
character.
skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea.
I like how she narrates
The
this.
lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, The remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire.
Raiders, welcome
Dalmekia
in. Welcome,
fares
welcome.
little
Thank you.
better. Rumor
Sorry,
has
we're
it the
focused, we're
ministers
focused.
fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been
Which is like a
sighted
real
off
thing. I think Einherjar is like a Nordic
The
something or
world,
other, right?
in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
Raiders, massive welcome in. I'm so sorry. I was like hardcore focused. Guys, if you're not following Mind in Reverse, please give them a follow.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of
Palisades.
Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
Oh my god, the scene with the king I forgot about. Amazing. Viv isn't my favorite character, but I do love I do love that it's honestly a main mission that they say you've got to go speak to Viv, you've got to get an understanding of what's going on in the land. I think that's so valuable. But I also think she's got a great voice. When she's narrating all of that with the music in the background, it's very, very epic. I think it's very, very well done. But her as a character, I feel sort of one way. I don't know. I feel there's something about I believe in I don't know. I'm not sure if I love how much a character is written. I feel like it falls too much into like a trope. A trope is like I'm a hard ass kind of character. Do you know what I mean? And it doesn't feel as like genuine maybe, but yeah, Redfall's terrible. That's what I heard. I've never played
Let me
it, but
guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for
Augur.
what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal,
I was
you
like, wait a
provided
minute.
us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it.
okay.
Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
It will win next year, maybe. Feeling 2025, though. I hope I'm wrong, but they said don't expect it this year. Which, for what? Sorry, Kassari. Oh, Silk Song. Yeah, we were talking about that. We have some people who are very hopeful that it's going to release this year, and it won't. I just think if it were going to release this year, they would have spoken more about it. But what do I know? If it's so hotly anticipated. Stop, Adam. There's nothing divine about him. Reminder, I say it with absolute, exclusively peace and love. Thank you very much. I really hope this game gets a PC set. Yeah, I need an excuse to play it all over again. Do you think they will? Do Final Fantasy games normally come to PC? I don't know what their relationship is like with Sony or whatever on that. But it's fantastic. It's so good, isn't it?
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one.
Ringo
That'll do
Starr.
first.
It would. Actually, there are 3. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
Good
When it
music.
rains,
It
It fucking
pours.
pours.
It fucking
The curse
pours.
breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only 2 people who can.
I wonder who.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Okay, great. So now I think we've opened up travel. Oh no, look! There's locks. There's locks on the side mission stuff. Oh, interesting. Okay, but our main missions are taking us to these areas anyway. Alright, so now I wonder... Only because we did a whole bunch of main mission stuff at the end of last stream. And so I try and like balance out doing main mission and side mission things. I wonder if there was one more side mission available in our ledger. Let's go pick it up and then we'll see maybe if we're able to do that early. If not, obviously we'll press on with the main mission stuff because that's what we need to do. 7 remake got a questionable port. It just didn't perform very well, or what was the deal with it? Welcome in, Lemon, by the way. They did say they plan to port to PC at some point. Okay. But not for a while, yeah. So many beard braids. I don't know. It's the fashion here. We've got beard braids, and then Gav, who I think doesn't really have a beard, has got ponytail braids. A bad feeling, Clive. Someone ain't right with that hound of yours. When it pleases your lordship, come pay me a visit at the toll. Yes. So hopefully we can do this now.
Torgal. He seemed well enough when I last saw him.
I will cry and shit and vomit if something has happened to Torgal. Oh, this we can do at least. Okay, so that's good. Just ignore you. No, you're good. You're good. I was like, wait a minute.
I got your note. You think something's wrong with Torgal?
So you can read. Congratulations.
She's so nasty for
I
that.
wrong with him. I said something weren't right.
Bye and Joe,
He's
welcome
not eating
in.
me treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at them.
Boiled
like him.
brown.
Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else.
Okay.
Not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Have they?
Instead of everything, you mean? Perhaps.
I don't recognize a massive difference with Torgal, and now I feel like a terrible pet owner. Yeah, Gav is lovely. Gav's so lovely. Yeah, bye and Joe, welcome in. They always ask what the dog's doing, but not how the dog is doing. Nick, how's it going? Lovely, welcome in. Let's see, let's see.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal. Something's not right
I'm
with
really
him.
emotionally hooked up on them
He's
saying
new,
something's
is he?
not right with him.
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite. Which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it. If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient. Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place
Probably
to
won't
start.
be able to get it at this point.
Good hunting, Clive.
Good hunting, Clive. I think this must be it. Yeah, because it's marked with the number 1. Okay, cool. So I don't think there's anything else to do in this area. Let me make sure I've got enough potions, and then we will get good boy Torgal his gourmet food, his big food.
Clive.
Yeah, Torgal only eats gourmet now, exactly.
Go on then.
Calm down. Each time she talks to me like this, it agitates me. She's just so aggressive with it. Oh, you know what I need to do? Okay, this is all good. Yeah. I need to upgrade my limit break. Where do I do that, though? Where do I... Oh, this. Yeah. Okay. And because we paused the game right when we received this. So, okay, we've got Bahamut's abilities. Well, we definitely want to test them. And what's this one, sorry? Begin casting Mega Flare. Press that to execute the length of the casting. Determines on the potency of the spell. Okay. Let's remove... Chat, what do we remove? This isn't the thing though, right? So I'm really enjoying using the Titan abilities. I think they're really fun. So I don't want to remove those. You have to go through the thoughts with me, okay? Bear with me. I'm not going to get rid of the fire abilities because that's just craziness. Okay, I'm Clive. Getting rid of the fire is like, I don't know, sacrilege in my mind. And then there's part of me, so I go, okay, honestly, I should get rid of the lightning ones. I don't like this ability here that they have. But then I'm like, I feel so disrespectful to Sid, who was our best mate. And he passed away and he gave me his abilities. So now I'm like, I'm an asshole for removing Sid's abilities. Do you know what I mean? It feels awful. Refund master, then mix and match. I should do that. You can mix Bahamut and Ramu. So let's do this. Judgment Bolt is fantastic. I can't master it yet. Let's remove it for the time being. Oh, no. Let's put in Bahamut. And then we will do the mastering stuff. I just can't remember how to do it. Yeah, Ramu's main ability I really dislike. I keep on mucking it up. So we should get rid of it. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much, Matthew. Welcome in. Karen's the final boss. Yeah. I should, I think, mix Bahamut and Ramu. But let's see. Okay, let's do this first. And I think we're probably at the closest obelisk, so Bahamut. Bahama ramen. I actually had ramen earlier today. Oh, because you have to go talk to them for the main story, so it takes priority. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, bless you, Nick. Whoa, look, everything here is Akashic now. Bahamut Blast. No, not the new Mountain Dew favor. What's wrong with you guys? But the world has definitely changed. Because we now have all of these. I don't know how.
Let's go.
Is there like a
Faster. Time to fight.
blanket term that you call these enemy types that are kind of like futuristic and in blue? They're just called Akashic. Welcome in, Nanny. Okay. There are more of these Akashic.
If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place.
Sure. So it's interesting that obviously what's happened with the main. This feels sad. Oh, just killing all of them.
You hungry, Torgal?
Yeah, you hungry, Torgal? You do it yourself, all right? I feel like an asshole doing this. I don't think I did that right. No, I definitely. Whoa! And so is the ability to just hold this as long as possible? Yes, it is. Do it. Release it. Release it. How do I release it? I mean, it's gorgeous. They're quite slow moving abilities in an interesting way. The chicken riding. Bahamut is the most Mountain Dew looking icon, to be fair. You're foul for saying that. Yeah, Akashic are the people that turn. Yeah, the robots are fallen. Okay. They're more of the fallen about. Dodging refills it faster. Okay, that's good to know. Okay.
Will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy.
Imagine if we didn't do that side mission. I would be vomiting.
You do know you can take that with you, Torgal.
He's
Lady
obviously
Karen will be relieved to
hungry.
hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
And now I feel like a monster because I didn't do it sooner. So poor Torgal has been starving throughout this whole thing. I'm a monster. Okay. So I think is it just the main mission that's left here? I return to the hideaway to speak with Karen. Let me just finish up that mission. I know it might be kind of annoying, but I just want to get it sorted. Put some respect on the name. Yeah, it's not the chicken. Did you just yank the bone right out of the deer? We know, we don't. To be fair, I used the Bahamut ability, so I'm sure it just like seared off the
I
flesh.
noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
A hunt.
You could say that.
Juicy, juicy food.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh?
Who's
That'll teach
Molly?
me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
It's kind of an interesting side mission. Like, why is Karen feeding my dog?
Can I? I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
Okay, I wasn't, but I guess we'll go back and see him. I suppose. Java didn't feed her dog throughout the entire game. No. I didn't know I needed to. Well, to be fair, I didn't need to because Karen's doing it. But why is Karen doing it? I don't know. Feels weird. Hold on, our girl beat Bahamut and I miss it. Yes, I did.
Ah, Clive.
Insane.
Were you able to locate
But I'll
your
be
quarry?
posting it like
We were
tomorrow.
indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
Mm-hmm.
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
It's not Fenrir.
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Sure. Okay.
Oh. He's more than an ally.
He's a friend.
He's a friend.
Quest complete. Okay, so Torgal is not... I don't think Torgal is Fenrir. It seems the implication is that Torgal is not Fenrir. Torgal is Torgal. Torgal is greater than transcends it. Surely. Okay, cool. I'm glad that we sorted that out. I'm glad that we tidied up that bits. Now we'll go up next. But yeah, I think I'll post the I think the plan is to post the Bahamut fight tomorrow on YouTube. I did have someone be like, where is the Elden Ring video? And I know that, and I do feel bad, but I think we'll post Elden Ring then on Thursday, I think is the idea. Too cute, welcome in. How's the Clive Jill dilemma going? I don't know, there is no dilemma, so I think it's fine. Descendant of Fenrir. Okay.
It's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said he'd been attacked by Akashic. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered. What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight.
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Okay.
Do you think they're...
As many as Martha says.
More.
Okay.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
It's good music. They've done it, the tenseness so well. Honestly, so well done.
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
Wounded. Oh, I should really upgrade this. Hey Woo, how's it going?
This one. This one.
Don't worry. Yeah. Ignore it. Ignore it. I took out the trash.
There you go.
I keep on forgetting that one's not on it. I keep on thinking that one's gonna have like a gauge for it, but it doesn't seem it. Okay, I can still dodge whilst I do this. It feels weird though. You have to let it fully charge to release it. And it does seem quite powerful. I think the thing that's tripping me up right now is that for the most part, things have been so fast moving that doing that feels really slow, and it like takes me out of it for a second. I'm like, what? Yeah, stream's good. Stream's good. Is this your first Final Fantasy game? Yes, it is.
If you've come to rob this place,
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
how do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here?
Men.
Where is your commander?
Wade.
So Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
Anon, good sir, anon. Yeah, who was said... Yeah, Mappy, yeah, some people have mentioned playing the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I will, but I think I'm going to play it right before Part 2 comes out, if that makes sense. Also, I think Leechy's here. Leechy, if you're here, welcome in.
For thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they've got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
Okay, it charges faster if I don't move, and it charges faster with precision dodges. Okay. Okay, so that makes sense, and you just stay where you are and dodge if need be. It makes more sense during boss fights when you know 2-3 dodges are coming at you. Okay, so then if we're planning on doing a mix and match... Oh no, well I would still be using that ability, wouldn't I? Yeah. Okay, okay, we'll figure it out.
My brothers.
Yeah, the guy looked like Wade, but it wasn't. Yo, Nug, how's it going? You're a legend. How are you? Twitter brought me here. Well, I'm glad Twitter's working for something, huh? Hi, just lurking in the background as I work. Enjoy work, and I appreciate the lurk. Yo, love flare. I appreciate all of you here who are either in chat or lurking. It means the absolute world to me. Lemons, hey. It's a rhythm killer when you can just use a Phoenix Flame Rebirth thing. I know. That's where I'm trying to...
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade.
Lord Rossfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Not the tortoise.
Damn it! We need to get the injured to
The
safety.
tortoise just looks so silly, dude.
We can certainly try.
Yeah, I said you don't have to play first, but I definitely would play it before it
with us, Sir Wade?
gets whole story.
Always.
Oh, bless.
Let's do our duty.
What a great... Oh, I love that moment between them. Okay. It does seem to be that his attacks move much, I think, slower than some of the, I think, the pace that we're used to playing at, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, but lurking and working. Appreciate you all. Isaac, welcome in. How's it going? I made a mistake. And it seems that that second one takes a really long time to charge up. Okay. Also, the limit break, you can upgrade it for so cheap. I really should, not that I thought that I shouldn't have been upgrading it before, but I'm like, wow, I really should have been upgrading it a lot sooner. I just didn't, like, completely forgot. Here for the YouTube reaction videos. Yo, Manny. It makes me thrilled that there are so many of you that have come to the channel and found it through YouTube. So massive, massive thank you. And if you are watching on YouTube right now, I am thrilled and honored that you have found my playthrough. Hopefully you're enjoying yourselves. And if I can be so yucky as to self-promo and say, if you've not yet subbed, or if you're watching on Twitch and you've not yet followed, it would mean the world to if you could. I hate that on YouTube you use the word sub, but Twitch you use... Oh no, sorry. On Twitch you use follow. But then Twitch has its own subs, so then just then I was like, God, did I just get the word order right? So I'm gonna look like I'm... Okay, how do I launch it? Launch it! But... Oh, here we go. I see. Oh, bollocks. I get it though, I'm understanding. So you can charge it for quite a lot. And it's very worthwhile the longer you can hold it. Which is kind of interesting because it gives a new... it's kind of like what you do with Titan's ability in a way. Yeah, Bahamut isn't as mobile. And we've been super mobile this whole time. I do think if you're unfamiliar with Final Fantasy VII, OG Remake will feel a bit weird because they've broken it up. Do you think it's worthwhile then to play the OG and then go into the remake? That's a lot of Final Fantasy.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job?
Always.
I love
Jill and I
Jill.
will make for East Pool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Okay. Mate for Rhiannon's ride. Is there a closer obelisk? Well, we might as well just use this one and then. If you dodge right before you get hit whilst charged, yeah, it super fills the gauge. And I did notice that because we did properly dodge one of the 2 times. So it makes sense. And I don't know maybe if anyone else feels like this. I think it's good. It just feels like a different pace of fight than what we've been doing up to that point. Which isn't necessarily bad, but just like a little bit of like wrapping my head around. Because it's turn-based. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think the thing that I can't decide if it would be better to experience the story. What was that sound? To experience the story for the first time in the remake, excuse me, where it's like a play style that I know I'm going to enjoy, or if I play the OG, even if though it's not my preferred play style. I don't know. Do you know what I'm trying to get at? I feel like I'm not saying it well, but hopefully you know what I mean. Oh, it feels so good using it. Guard the flame, not walk into them. Leave him alone. He's a good guy. I mean, like, when you get that right, it feels so good. Okay, well, you don't win them all. And it's also... I feel the Dion thing was so sad. So genuinely sad. Go, Jill, go! Feels... I just realized that we're killing Chocobo. Okay.
Something's coming.
More baddies. Absolutely no need to play the OG. Okay.
Did I miss anything?
Amuse, yo. Yeah, the OG is fun, but not necessary.
Shall we?
Yeah, I don't know why. So is it they made it episodic just because it was such a big game? Is that the idea? That it would just been too much to do in one? Which feels kind of weird to me, honestly, but I'm sure there's a good reason for it. Maybe I'm not using that one correctly either, but gosh, I mean, how beautiful is it using Bahamut stuff? Not quite like that, Java. We'll get there. Did he just say fuck? Oh no. Okay. Akashic plague. But they weren't called plagues before, were they? Or maybe they were, and we were just fighting a plague with a name. Yo, welcome in. Attacking and waiting to be attacked isn't nearly as fun. Yeah, I didn't like doing it. Stopping attacking and waiting to be attacked isn't nearly as fun. And it just like really messes with the rhythm of it. But it's hard because I think I like it more than I like that ability more than Ramu's one for sure. But it kind of feels Bahamut's fighting style feels like a lot more patient. But to be fair, if I start to better use this ability, then maybe it slows down the fight. I get used to slowing down the fight enough to make it worthwhile. And then there's just something so horrible about when you mess it up, you just sit there and get chomped on. It makes you want to die. Such good fight music. Such good fight music. I'm so excited for the OST to release. think you enjoy the remake more. I just recommend playing it closer to part 2. Yeah, I think so. So the story makes more sense, if that makes sense. 100% that makes sense. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait, because part 2 is supposed to release early next year, right? So I'll play it in the run up to part 2, and then weep with everyone else as we wait for part 3.
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
Zored, welcome in, sup fan. Looking shiny. What are these things, bugs? Akashic? How better do you explain that? I don't know.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade.
Akashic.
Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
Lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha?
Absolutely.
You have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
It's cute. Remake the expand. Honestly, I think they're milking it a little because they know people will get it. Yeah, it's sort of. I mean, for goodness sake, a game to be divided into 3 parts.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet.
Seems a little sus
Oscar,
to me.
Over here.
Use Bahamut's abilities during a stagger to charge the gauge.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rosfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch?
He had children.
I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did.
I
am Sir Rodney's nephew.
He looks like him, to be honest.
Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him. Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I am a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest.
I'm gonna cry.
And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other guardians are... I mean to say that, they're... It's all right. I know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad?
Oh,
you were a squire once.
Cry.
And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
To do this for Rodney. We're doing it for Rodney, Clive.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
He wouldn't have it any other way, dude. I'm gonna cry. As someone who played OG Final Fantasy VII, it shows and knows its insane scale. I'm shocked we are getting only 3 parts. Oh my god. How many hours did you spend? Does one spend playing the OG 7?
We shall be staying here for the time being, and not just for the ale. I'll have one of my men escort Oscar to Benimir once he's said his farewells.
Okay.
I will not let you down, Lord Rosfield. You or my uncle.
Okay, so it looks like even though we've cleared up everything here, that we're not yet able to talk to Martha to deliver the ruby for the side mission. So we'll just carry on with the main mission stuff.
Much obliged.
Yes. Okay, so next is Northreach then. Northreach. I assume this is Northreach. Yes, it is. How do you feel about Feta? What?
First we find Isabel.
Bloody behave, Feta. How's your speed running going? This game isn't super crazy. The game isn't super crazy long. It just covers a super large world with tons and tons of cities and people. Final Fantasy VII is a lot bigger than the game. Final Fantasy VII is a lot bigger than the game Final Fantasy VII, if that makes sense. I believe it does. If it means then that the Final Fantasy VII remake is exploring a lot more of the Final Fantasy VII world. I guess like the way that I'm understanding it is that like if I had to make a comparison, and again we're gonna bring back classic Game of Thrones to compare, it would be like as if OG Final Fantasy VII explored like season 1 and 2 of Game of Thrones, but you know that the world of Game of Thrones is so much bigger and has so much more available to it. So it's like the remakes then are exploring all the...
My lord, milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like Akashic, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Akashic, but different.
Same.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
Nothing, apparently. They planned on nothing. They've made so many spin-off movies, etc., that they've created yet a shit ton of new material. And so the game then is supposed to, like...
More arrived from the capital this morning.
Encompass all of that, I suppose. It's kind of like a remake in its own category, right? Because like Capcom, not that I played the OGs of the games, but Capcom seems to be like a leader. They create like world-class remakes, but this feels like a step beyond all of that.
Madame, please!
Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days.
He is very exasperated.
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose
I
them
can't
as
believe
well?
he's going to say that
Not
after
if we
her
don't
rousing
have to.
speech.
Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Am I correct in thinking that it used to be the big crystal behind the castle, right? And now there's nothing there anymore.
Clive.
It's crazy.
I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to consider my needs. What we need to consider is where the creatures came from. The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
Hey, Hugh. Thank you for the luck. Hi. Yeah, so they're expanding massively. Got it. Thank you, Lap Dance. Thank you so much. I love that Jill is immediately... Because she's being all flirty and Jill's not having any of it. I love that.
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
My family.
Jeez, man. So sad. And I'm really glad.
It took off the captain's head before we could even draw his steel.
Jesus.
I'm not going back out there. You hear me? Fuck this!
I quite like that they actually, in a way, show you soldiers who are having, like, very understandable, realistic responses. It's absolutely not the heroic thing. Whoa. Oh, I wish I could zoom in, but it's got, like, crystals flying off of it, right? I don't want to go... I'm sure we'll head that way. Well, can I get close just for a second? It feels weird with the music change, such an abrupt music change. Oh, Citrus, don't say that. We love our water signs, we do. My moon is a water sign. So you want to talk about emotional? Guys, I also... I'm obviously a very emotional person. Because I bloody cry at, like, every fucking time in this game. Look at it, with the crystals flying off of that. That's crazy. And I can't remember if there was a big crystal thing behind the castle or not. You've been watching predictions on how the story's gonna do. We love a good, like, theory channel stuff. The mount is perfect. Oh, so just wait, totally. I'm a Scorpio moon though. Not a Pisces. Yeah, there was one behind the castle. Yeah. Okay. The one that we just destroyed. I was like, hang on a second. Did I really just misremember that? Okay. Well, I've gone the wrong way, I reckon. There's a photo mode. Ah, I'm so bad using photo mode in games.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when...
Oh no.
Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now.
It's fine, I'm sure.
At least we have an idea of
even
where
though
the
you're
thralls might
probably
be now. We should head for more.
distraught about where your child or husband is, ? And she goes, it's fine, just rest. Chill, relax. Pisces. Ha ha ha. Oh right, have gambas not been a thing whilst playing this game? Sorry, I was trying to jump over that. They haven't been. Not because I don't like to let you guys indulge in some debauchery gambling channel points. I just frankly don't know what you would gamble channel points on. I don't know what I would set up as a gamble. If you guys have an idea of things that we could gamble on, I would let you do it. I'm not trying to stop the fun. A puppy. A puppy? What is it? It's just like the magic in the air, or like the after effects maybe? Yeah. God, it's pretty, isn't it? I mean, sad. Quest destination nearby. What am I looking for? Oh, okay. Slay the enemy. Okay, well. They found me.
With me.
Hey, Blue Ranger, how's it going? Number of cries per stream. You know what the funny thing is? I thought that. I was like, you could do a prediction of like, will I cry this stream? But something tells me the more appropriate thing to answer is how many times will I cry? As we are nearing endgame. And, should I prime? Yes.
Save your strength.
Oh, no, sorry. Does limit break count as magic? Does anyone know? That was quite generous, I think. Oh, so good. And it is so pretty. It's a shame because the Bahamut abilities are so pretty. They are easily the prettiest to look at, I think. I know I'm not going to be able to pull it off. Not even close, am I? No. Try it. I want to try it again. Since it seems to be just one. Of course he's not here anymore. Where the hell is he? Okay. I'll think about it. I'm not so sure how much I like that. Should count as magic. Okay, cool. How many thirst moments we'll have? That's a great one. Because Lord knows we can agree that it's going to happen. Cassari, have a fantastic night. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lovely. I thought magic was the ranged attack. No, thank God it's not. You can do any of your abilities count as magic. And I say thank God only because I've never used the ranged attack, like practically once in this game. These things are surprisingly tough to fight. But see, it doesn't seem to matter. The problem is they just don't stay nearby to pull off a lot of the good stuff, you know. You got strong. We got strong since we were last here. Yes. Wait, Zored, when was the last time you were in stream? We got a new icon, which I think made a lot of. Well, we've gotten two, depending on how long you've been away, we've gotten 2 new icons kind of recently.
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
I am using default controls. I am. What's a better mapping for the magic? Out of curiosity.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dame would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. people I love, include the one standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Wait. Didn't he need to like be mega convinced to go and do the fighting? Or am I thinking of a different guy?
I'm foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one. And that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
Of course. Okay, good stuff. I could have sworn he was like, I don't want to fight, I don't want to fight. And then she's like, fight for blah, blah, blah reason. And now he's acting... I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's unlearn stuff. I don't think I'm going to use the Garuda ability. So we unlearn it like that. Yeah. Okay, cool. I don't unlearn... Okay, okay. 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 So now let's upgrade the limit break again. Yep. Now let's see. What is this? Fire a massive beam of overcharged light that burns any enemy it hits. I like that. Do I like that more than that? Or more than this? Summon multiple spheres of light that upon striking... Yeah, maybe let's learn that. Oh no, I can't yet. What can I can reset that. I can reset this. Because I don't use it. Knock it off, Gatorade! For anyone who doesn't... I can aim, okay? Just not as well with a controller. I'm a mouse and keyboard girly. So be it. Okay, we're nearly there. 2-7. We'll come back to it, I think. Because I don't know what else I want to... I don't want to get rid of that. Oh, which one was the one... Pile drive? I don't think I use... We'll come back. Okay, now... Dalamil. You said you didn't know how to master. You literally just max out an ability to master and put in any icon. No, I think I'd said that I didn't know that you could mix like mastered abilities in the other things. I've mastered abilities before. Or if that's not what I said, that's what I meant. Reset lightning big attack, but I might want to use a lightning big attack again. Impulse and Giga Flare, best Bahamut abilities. Impulse and Giga Flare. Which ones are the ones I do have? Yeah, that one's Impulse. Okay, which I like. Flare Breath. Yeah, and Giga Flare is what I'm trying to... Okay, maybe... Oh, I can get rid of one of these. Oh, I can't. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I can refund. Except this. But I like Judgment Bolt. Makes me sad. Okay, then let's go like that. And remove that. And put in Gigafire. Oh, now I see. If I click this, it can choose Wind Up as the only other one that I can use, because that's the only other one I've mastered. Okay. No. Hang on. Where? Oh, behind me? Literally right behind me. That's my bad. Giga is probably one of the most damaging abilities in the game. I don't know what Zan is. I hope it's not a spoiler.
Sid, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle.
Damn
Should
right.
I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said
It might have
that
been
Dalimil
good.
has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
How perfectly timed.
As if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. Now, I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you for the follows. Welcome in.
Shouting.
Give me just 1 minute. I swear I hear Goblin meowing like crazy. Let me just check. Literally, it won't take me long. I've already fed him, so it shouldn't be a problem. But I'll be right back. Someone was just crying for attention. I don't know what he's so upset about. What are you so upset about? I left you food and everything. He's been ignoring me ever since my twin sister came back home. He's been ignoring me. So I don't know why he's so moody. But yes, for anyone that doesn't know, this is my cat Goblin, who does have eyes that are normally more open. But you just want... It's so bright for you, huh? It's so bright. And I love him very dearly. Okay, in here. It's horrible. Yeah, lychee, right? Yeah.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more?
It is an endless
We're better
problem.
off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandit's ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough.
Jesus.
Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
We got in trouble with Dad.
Victor. What's he doing here?
I feel like this main mission, I don't know if anyone else feels this way. I kind of feel like it's been more talking than usual. Or is that just me? I don't know.
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos. And the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
Okay. Goblin's iconic ability to summon, yeah, to summon me. What would Goblin's icon abilities be? Because I was gonna think of like some Talon Fury swipe, but he's not even ferocious like that.
So,
he's just
see my
lazy.
predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake,
I love Sid.
he'd let them choose for themselves and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Does it?
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients.
Okay, we're really
While
pushing
it's
this
plain
metaphor.
neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action.
Fab.
Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
It's slowed down a lot, to be honest. Yeah, but it seems like a build up for the end game. And again, it's so hard. We go back and forth about this so much, but like the end of the last main mission was so intense, so full on, so amazing.
City guard.
That
with you as captain.
You need the calm down from that. Like you can't sustain that level of excitement. And yeah, it is like disappointing. This feels like it's moving so slowly.
Here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
Oh, he's Jane. I thought he was calling Jill Jane. I was like, no.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canberra to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses?
Oh.
There must be 2
that is what he's
swords
doing.
assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
Got it. I see what they're doing. All right. Jane.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
Cape seems oddly unfair. Mate, dude, that's amazing. Welcome in.
Band together.
We do have a Discord for anyone interested. Love hanging out in there and just bonding more as a community. Goblin's gone. And we're also going to do some fun stuff. It's the Women's World Cup coming up. It starts on Thursday. And so we'll do some fun stuff in there. But again, the matches are at very challenging times for EST.
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. And here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
I love saying that. Randalar. Randalar.
Lord Underhill.
Randalar.
At your service.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than
we love our himbo Clive.
It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance,
great word.
I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it.
Good stuff.
But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Of course, too smart. She's too bloody smart. Sub, welcome in. Good
Thank
question.
You, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
Workmanlike?
She saw right through it. I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect.
That's
now, my
nice.
scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
What percentage of the way through? I would have to guess.
Our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
So we're in the main mission chapter. Things fall apart.
Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Jealous. I reckon. People have told me that I'm in the final third of the game, but how long that is, I don't know. All money's on England. That's the spirit, baby.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
That wasn't that well
I take it
executed.
your
But
scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalamil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn
let's
town.
just go kill them. All this flapping of gums. Let's get to the action, huh?
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups,
Yes.
one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Just tell me
Very
what you
well.
need, and we'll do it.
Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalamil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they've done a World Cup with them bopping about to different countries, so I would assume it's sort of like the same, you know. We'll have to see. You should see, if you're interested in the adverts, you should see France's advert to support their women's team. It's fantastically well done.
I'll take that.
Fantastically well done. 58 chapters in the game. I don't know what number chapter this is. That's my only thing. But I understand that we are in the final third. Oh yeah, I've got that new ability. Oh, let's finish using our limit break. Imagine these are just your regular, you know, everyday bandit, and then they come up against this. Okay, but the aiming is very strange in this. You have to trust me, okay? You just have to trust me that the aiming is not as simple as it should be. That's not what I meant to do. That's really not what I meant to do. New York, yeah, except New York's not really New York, it's in Jersey. I'm fairly certain. If we're gonna... Why am I on the floor? That's just gonna be sold out really quick, I know. I don't even know when tickets go on sale, but it's gonna be tough, man. At least high capacity.
It's over. All yours, Torgal.
Not doing as much damage as I was expecting it to do, which must mean that I'm not using it correctly. Surely. That. At least it seems I either just perfectly timed that or it still let me pull it off. I know, did the gigantic laser just fly right over our heads? I talk a big game, just you wait till you see your lowly bandit gets blasted to smithereens and then it's just... See you, Lel, see you. I don't know if you're still here or not.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
Let's hope so, Jesus.
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Couldn't that be a good thing though? Yeah, there's a lot of drift on the abilities aiming with abilities. Just make slow, yeah, steady movements. The drift is crazy. You are right. You have to be like very slow with it. I wasn't expecting it.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalimil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Indeed. What's the chapter's name? I'll find out in a second.
Change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that visitors from the desert
I think it's called Down the Rabbit Hole.
Either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Come now, Victor.
Hey,
Why
Lifebane.
quibble over the details? We
That's
are
on Saturday.
united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
Just leave him
I'll take that as a
alone.
compliment.
He's an honest man trying to get honest work. Yeah, Saturday, 9 PM. It would mean the world to me if you guys could be there to support. It's with Puya. Big Yoga Flare is best to use when you're in a position where, yeah, enemies are all lined up. Yeah, so you're not using it on just one. I hate that it's New York, New Jersey when something is at a giant stadium. It's New Jersey.
Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
Okay, so we are on the main... I think the overarching main chapter is called Things Fall Apart. So let's go and wrap that up. Not the most riveting of missions, but they need to kiss. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, hang on, let's buy potions before I forget. I don't think anyone in this game has kissed, except for, I guess, Benedicta. Benedicta's kissed people, but I think that's it, right?
Go on then.
Oh.
You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Fortnite, yes. So I am competing in a Fortnite tournament with the lovely Puya on Saturday at 9 PM Eastern Time. It will be my 3rd time playing Fortnite ever. Some scenes of dialogue in this game always start with awkward stares. You've triggered my trap card because I have to talk about it again ad nauseum. It is such a disappointment that the animation in the game, when it's on, it's on. It's so well done. The voice acting, regardless, is almost like always incredible. The voice acting's so good, but I swear the animations for when you're in I don't know what you want, like the cutscenes that are still like in game. They're just bad. It's really, it's not good. It's awkward. There's a bunch of moments where it's awkward, and it bums me out so much because to me the disparity is so wide. It is so distracting for me, and I don't know if I'm just being like ridiculous at this point. You have things fall apart. You have to have things fall apart is a 35th main quest. Okay. Your tea's cold. Heat up your tea. Chapter 53 out of 64.
Was wondering when you turn up. Had ours from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Taya says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
Sure. Every fetch quest and one of NPC needs full mocap. Yes. No, but even it's just like the animation's just not like. It just feels very stiff.
So it was not
Hang on,
Sylvester,
put a pin in it.
but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
God, he's so well done.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements.
8 elements.
But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
So well done.
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost.
Jesus. That's how he's able to contain it.
We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you
I'm gonna
should
cry.
sacrifice yourself to save me.
Poor thing.
Joshua. Clive.
Oh,
It's Gav.
I don't care about Gav right now. We've got a
Akashic
problem.
at the gates of Canver.
And seeing like therein is the problem. I think that scene was like very beautifully done. The voice acting's impeccable, and it rubs up right against really not great animation.
What's the short of it?
It's all Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua,
Finally, we get to
Ed
be
is where
spend
you should be
time
bound.
together, hopefully. I love Joshua's
think
look
I told
as he's
him
grown
the
up.
exact
I think they've
same
done it
thing?
so well.
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
Such good
If he
music.
stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you.
They're both just trying to protect one another.
I'll look after him.
It is such a precious story, isn't it? Yeah, Joshua's not looking great. Bless. Oh, that makes me so happy. Okay. Let's do some of the side mission stuff really quickly, because we can finally do it. And then we'll carry on with the main mission stuff. We care about Gav-ish. I do care about Gav, but I just really care about Joshua. And it's hard once you've seen Joshua just completely Martha and Isabel. How do I know which one's which? Okay. Journal. Okay. Prioritize it.
Seems the hideaway.
Oh, it's gonna be. Oh my gosh. Hang on. Oh shit, these are all different. Oh my god. There's so many. It's on the map somewhere. I realize we need to go. Okay. Oh, and we can't travel. This is like the worst side mission for me to have not finished. You know how before I was like, oh, I'm going to try and do all side missions before whatever. This seems like it was a terrible one. I should have just done it when I had the opportunity to do it, because I can't fucking do it now. It seems the in-game rendering doesn't scale down nicely for smaller animations like faces. All the resources went to combat maybe. The game struggles to maintain a steady frame rate as it is. Well, and like, again, the gripe is so, in the big picture of things, it's really, I guess I'll finish the thought. In the big picture of things, it's really not that big of a deal. Like, the combat's fantastic. I would hate for resources to have been taken away from the combat and be put into this. I think what I assume has happened is that they've worked with the amount of time and money they had. And so it's not that I would have to believe it's not that they've seen some of this animation and go like, oh, it's perfect, it's great, like, there's no problem. I think they've just gone, we need to prioritize what needs to be prioritized. And they've, I think, done that. If all my assumptions are correct and that's how it's gone about happening, I think that all in all they've done that perfectly, because it would be far more miserable to be sitting through all of this cut log and the dialogue and whatnot, and then you go and the combat's actually not that fun. Or if the more important cutscenes were any less beautiful than they are, then that would be disappointing, you know? I think it's just one of those things where it's like, the shame of it is that it's so easy and clear to see that they can be so great at animating some of like the bigger dialogue stuff, and so then for it to be in moments where it falls short just feels like extra. It's like, I know you know, I know they know, I know you know.
You put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
Same, Clive.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, so I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself.
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped.
The stew was horrible.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favorites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd follow. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. That's a question for a kindly old fella who...
Fine. And if he does, I'll see if I can find...
You do that. Let's...
And see, it's like, because they talk a lot. They talk a lot in the game, you know, so it's kind of like, well... Okay, dude, that's good to know. Good to know. Must have been after release dates, so they didn't have time to fix the animation stuff. What must have been after the release date? But yeah, I assume that they didn't have the time or money to do it.
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Ah, Valisthea, the young man, did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to...
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose...
Ah, so the fabled Sandbricois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. Now,
dragon livers. How very Sandbricois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch
it's actually kind of fair, yes.
Brethren, but apparently not.
So we know where to look for our liver.
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance. A herb which grows. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life. In which regard, fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a...
Meaning that if I find one...
Best of luck, Clark, and do's.
Okay, I don't know why they're all wanting to make this dish, because I thought it was horrible. Oh my god, there are so many side missions. We're not going to do them all, I don't think. But let's go. We've already started this one, and I like it. At least is one that's chained with some of the others. So we... Oh, and I can't travel. I can't travel. It doesn't make sense because I can't travel. Well then,
Seems the hideaway has lost its appetite.
Is it worth even trying to do any of these, or am I need to oh wait, do I need to go away for them all? Oh, sweating its way, yeah, working on a deadline. Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Is everything all right, Goose? You seem more...
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I think Nan might be in trouble.
It's all right.
Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but I wanted to ask her about it myself, but she'd never give your tongue a...
Great, so we go talk to her.
Don't worry.
Oh, you'll let me know what she's...
Of course.
Okay, let's see if... It seems like we just need to go and speak to her. So let's go do that. And then I reckon whatever the end of this one is, we'll just then get going with the main mission. Because we'll be able to travel at some point.
How's business?
Not nearly as...
You're doing good trade then? Both...
Buttering her up. She's going to go get on with it.
Out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait. What exactly are you getting? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care. But here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
Popoto?
Just asking.
Are we supposed to know what a popoto is?
Out of interest. All right. I'm here because all I know is that someone...
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you?
Right, very raggy.
Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be the word, but that
You just hit the
woman
X button
is no
and it
more.
passes through dialogue.
You'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize.
That was awkward.
It was wrong of me to doubt you.
No, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course.
I should have sped through all of that. I feel awful. I don't like hearing that I'm in trouble. I'm actually not sure they care all that much about animations like that. I'm not a huge JRPG guy, but I feel like it's super common to have a kind of drop-off, especially for Square titles. I find that interesting, honestly, just because when the animations are good, they're so good. And it's such a story-driven game that has so much dialogue. I find it shocking or like almost hard to believe that they wouldn't care that much about the animations when they're like asking people to sit through so much of it, you know? I find that surprising. Not saying that you're wrong, I'm just shocked if that's the case.
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded. And that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things. That while it sounds like she may have done...
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
Life lesson.
It's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil, so that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
Bless him.
I suppose it is.
Eventually it is, but not now. Okay, let's go. Let's just carry on the main mission stuff. Because we've now got a backlog of side missions. Dearie me. I know that the important... hang on. Oh. I know that the important ones where you get like good upgrades or whatever have the plus sign on them. But the thing that I'm struggling with is that some of the side missions have really good story moments and you're like, whoa, that was such a good side mission. I don't want to miss out on it. And then some of them are just like seemingly not that interesting. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with it. I can see why Goots is scared of Karen. I would be scared of Karen. For sure. If I were like... yeah. Karen's scared. Not so much now, maybe. When I'm younger, she would scare me. God, look at them all reunited. Cloak and dagger.
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Canva was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
That was so unnecessarily harsh of Clive to say to Joshua. Jesus. Okay. I wish that they would have let us travel. It feels like a weird time to like pause and do the side mission stuff. I wish they would have just let us do that. Do you know what I mean? Before. I assume there's a good reason why they didn't. But I don't like it. So I'm going to go and wrap up some of these side missions now. So let's do number 3 first. No, you're valid. I loved about 95% of the side content. Yeah, it is good. When it's good, it's good. For sure. She's kind of hot. I don't know. You're talking about Karen's kind of hot? Look, I'm not trying to yuck someone's yum. If that's your jam, go off. If you played Final Fantasy 14, you can see a lot of the same design in the quests in that game, for better and for worse. Interesting. Okay.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
Yeah, it's just a weird point of flow because the story's left off.
I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again?
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
We kind of don't really get a moment to appreciate that.
Quite the opposite, in fact.
If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither.
Twice as handsome, absolutely. Finally, someone in this game admits it, god damn it. I'm so tired of everyone calling him fucking hideous. Joshua's fit does kind of look like armor set from Elden Ring. I do agree with that. I totally agree with that. But yeah, the side quests really pay off at the end, and that's why I'm sticking through with them. Because I've heard that they really do pay off. But the placing is weird. The pacing is the placement of some of the side missions and the pacing is a bit strange. Because where we had just left off, apparently Gav's in trouble. We're traveling with Jill and Joshua. They're both, I guess, still waiting for us in the desert, and yet we're like, okay, gotta go. I don't know. I have to believe that there's a reason that they had to wait. I have to believe there was a reason that they forced you to go and kick that off first before you could travel about. Like, there must have been something where, like, if you were to free travel before then, it would break something. I don't know what. I have to believe that that's the case, and yet I can't.
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion.
It's not like that, babe. I'm only in love with Jill.
Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Don't say it like that, it
Otto
freaks me
asked
out.
me to give it to you. To settle the hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me.
Absolutely not.
Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing.
That's
Nor does the
lovely.
hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the
Absolutely
least I
not.
could do.
CM,
You once
absolutely
told
not
me
having
Sid
any
did
of
you a
it.
kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all
I
of us.
adore Clive.
For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well.
Imagine if that was why Otto nominated him. Clive's a dream vote as well.
Otto
Clive's
is lucky
gorgeous.
to have you, Clive.
Indeed,
I doubt
he
anything
is.
could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Not her snitching on Otto.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence.
So sad.
An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that.
So sad. But I also...
I want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
I think that was naughty of her to say, though. I'm glad that she told us, because we got to then discover more about Otto, and that's how it's revealed to us lore-wise. But if this were like the real world or whatever, we would have problems.
We're still alive, aren't we?
Poor pacing is mostly a side effect of cramming a bunch of side content in a non-open world. Yeah, it's such a shame. It's such a shame. And it kind of... I can't bear his, like, tiny little hop over. Look at the armored chocobo. Jesus.
That's what the captain said.
It's a bit tough, isn't it? doing. It's like
Come on.
the side content in this game. The side missions in the game are really good. And I think really worthwhile doing. Depending.
This might take a while. Bogoti said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers.
Is it
Easy enough to spot.
Will it be easy enough? So I don't want to have to fight these things. Am I not within the side mission anymore? But yeah, the pacing's a bit strange. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's like you wouldn't want to.
Now that is heady.
Oh, I think I need to kill the dragon. I think that's what it is.
The skyworm.
Yeah, I've got to kill the skyworm, which I assume is this thing here. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know how they sorted the problem out.
This must be all right then.
Because you can't. I don't.
Let's get this over with.
You think you'd want to force people to do all the side content things, but that's not really what they want. Okay, that obviously needs to be upgraded. It's not doing that much damage right now, but it will. I'll talk about overcome the DLC. Yo, Giffy, welcome in. The side quests take a lot after Final Fantasy 14. That's why it may feel a bit off if you're not used to it. Okay. Glad I'm not alone. Didn't like stopping for side quests at all. It's tough. It's just tough because it feels like there are very few times, especially in the end game, where narratively it feels like it would make sense. Can I cancel out of this? No. Can I just cancel out? Where it feels appropriate to be pausing the story to do the side mission stuff. You know what I mean? But I know the side content at the end of the game is really good, so I don't want to miss out on it. I'd get too much into like the role-playingness of it all, you know?
Better head back.
Because now I'm sitting here thinking Gav is in some sort of trouble for I don't even know how long. And he's just having to like deal with it. It's okay, Gav, we'll be there eventually, hold out. Ultimate XDO, you can cancel it with O triangle, thank you. Because like, my instinct was to cancel it with circle, which obviously doesn't work because that's how you engage the follow-up of the ability. Yo! PC Boy Sama, thank you so much for using your Prime Gaming here. Massive welcome in, that means the absolute world to me. Thank you, thank you,
Still
thank
alive,
you.
I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Yes, all the hype guys.
About that, I tried my best.
Sure you did.
But she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun
I actually
don't
love
shine.
Karen, I really do.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
Great, now I've got to go bloody do it. Thank you, PC. Oh, getting used to Bahamut. Yeah, sorry. My mind was like just blanking. Yeah, I think we were talking about it a bit earlier when I was first starting to use the abilities, and I think the problem is that where I'm used to combat being quite like fast paced, it demands like a much slower paced style of combat. And then because you're also continuously like toggling between the abilities, it's a bit weird. But I guess Tyson's abilities are also kind of slow paced, so there's probably like a benefit to it. That PC Boy, hi. I've been loving your Final Fantasy playthrough on YouTube. Happy to use my Prime sub here. That actually means that so much to me. You've got no idea. That's brought such a smile to my face. I'm thrilled that you even found the playthrough on YouTube and gave it a chance, let alone the fact that you're enjoying it enough to watch it on YouTube and to come in here to use your Prime sub. So from the bottom of my heart, genuinely, thank you.
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you
It's
prefer
not that she
debt
wasn't
was repaid in coin?
That's not why, you moron.
I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed.
Well, they've not changed, to be
Surely
honest.
you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you?
Like, no. So I don't know why we're talking like this.
I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
I love Karen. She's great. So, sir, thank you for the tier 1 28 months. Hi, I'm Sosa. I'm sorry, I'm not actually... This is your first time in chat. I'm unfamiliar with who you are. I don't know, you seem to have improved with every stream. You mean I've improved? Thank you, too cute. Thank you, thank you.
A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
Bless. She's talking about herself, I assume. Thank you, dude. Thank you, dude, for 200-bit cheer. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Lovely. And you kicked off a hype train.
Delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
You might want to just...
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Yeah, maybe not the best idea, mate.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers.
Gosh.
Give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. Which is where I met him. He brought passage to... oh, forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close. Promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was... before fate stepped in. And said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day.
Damn.
And there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable.
It's horrible.
Wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him. Forget what I felt. And I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth.
It's the music. Sid flashback? Thank you for the like a high deductor. Thank you for like a high D.
He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie.
God, his theme is brilliant.
And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
I'm gonna get teary.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
I can't help it, guys.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine.
I wonder what it does. Or if it's just like nice to have.
Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Thank you for the follows. Welcome in, lovely people. Jesus. There's 5 icons inside. Yeah, all inside the goblet. Beautiful, beautiful side mission that you wouldn't have expected to uncover. You know, it was so innocuous when you talked to that guy originally. You wouldn't have expected to uncover that. It gets on the trophy wall. It's amazing. Gun damn, welcome in. Hi, I've been catching your playthrough on YouTube. I'm having a blast with it. I just wanted to pop in and say hello. That has brought such a smile to my face. I am genuinely so thrilled that you, obviously not only that you're enjoying it, but you've popped into chat popped into Twitch and in chat to come and say that. Honestly, it means the fucking world to me. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Side quest complainers, I know, where are ya?
Seems the hideaway.
On some real shit, I watched Marriage Story. Is that the one with Adam Driver in it?
So,
Tears you would have
did you
missed,
have that word with
exactly.
Tomes, then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
You should probably
Blueback
know.
wyvern liver, and a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do.
I expect the
So
Legend
these
of Zelda
grand old
cooking
chefs
sound
of
to
yore
play.
knew what they were on about.
Hi! I like your name also, by the way. Gundam. I think that's funny. Cheers, yeah. Your eyes are watering. I know. Sorry,
And here
guys.
we have it.
So teary.
Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
They look like
And rightly
chicken
so.
tenders.
Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
Culinary history. Steady on. Is it all that? Why are they making this terrible food? It tastes terrible. That's twice now. I've not seen that one, Lifebane. It's good then, right?
So, not fit for consumption then.
What witchery is this?
Your food also
The
tastes like
crackle
shit.
of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish.
So he likes it.
Tour de force.
He really
A
likes
force
it.
of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavour and sensation. A graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
No.
I'll give it some thought.
Got things to do, mate. See, that one, not so good. But since it's... I feel like they're chaining into a bigger something or other that I just don't know about. I keep thinking the piano background music is going to transition into the Binary Sunset song from Star Wars. The Binary Sunset song from Star Wars. I don't know. It's the Force theme. Okay. Speak plain English, man. Although the song from episode 2, I think it's called Across the Stars, has me fucking weeping.
Hard to find goods.
That song, it's like Anakin and Padme's theme. It's so beautiful. So beautiful, so poetic, so sad, so amazing, so everything. If you feel like having your heart torn out, then it's fantastic.
I know something more.
I'm too emotional. I can't handle
I've got 100 gil and...
all that heartbreak.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumours about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right.
Speak quickly.
It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave.
What a great word,
Says
knave,
the more
huh?
swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged, the more call for swords and spears.
She obviously wouldn't have said
And
that.
who
Be
will
real.
they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, it just so happens I have. You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Here in Dalimil? Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but it'd be a bolder man than me, feeling bold, travel. Now, if that's all.
Sorry to have kept.
Okay. Let's go figure it out.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
No, I do not.
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this stall he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but
Yeah, I'll give it some
be
thought. Means
careful,
absolutely
guys.
not. Absolutely not. I also got a TikTok today
You too, Goots.
that says apparently in Iceland they've changed all the names of the not all the names, excuse me. In Iceland they've changed a good portion of the names for oh my god, they're here with me. Sorry guys. And apparently I think Luke Skywalker's name Skywalker. How the hell do I get out of this place? Oh, I can't get out of it from here. Apparently Luke Skywalker's name in Icelandic is like Flame Skywalker or something. Most emotional anyone's been for episode 2. Let me tell you what we're not gonna do. What we're not gonna do is slander those films in this chat, okay? Are they perfect? No, they're not. But I don't think they're as bad as everyone thinks they are. I don't think they deserve all the flack they get.
Very brave. Safety of the town is in our hands.
Anakin had the low ground. It's a sad story. It's an emotional story.
Time to brave the
And talk about
Viper's Nest.
amazing fashion. Padme's fashion is unparalleled. A queen. A true queen.
Just you, is it?
Oh, maybe Giffy, maybe.
Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you.
We duel.
Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
He wants my sword? Clive going to market while Joshua and Jill wait in the shopping cart. I honestly didn't even know they were with me. Leave now, we can pretend like this didn't happen. I say as I go in, guns blazing anyway. There is no chance to leave. I don't even like the good ones. You don't know. You don't like 4, 5, 6? It's quite surprising. Oh, damn it. Cancel, cancel. I can't cancel out of it with triangle. So that sucks. What is the cancel out of that? Does anyone know? Because it's definitely not triangle. Oh, and wow, okay, I'm learning things. You are locked in this view. You can't, like, spin around. I thought I'd be able to spin around, guys. Leave me alone. Yeah, 4, 5, and 6 are your favorites. Oh, X, thank you. Who wrote that? Kuro did, thank you, Kuro. Send him off into another effing dimension. I do like that this This ability seems to charge quite quickly. It does need to be upgraded though. Prequel dialogue is pretty trash. Most can agree. That's why all the memes exist. Fight scenes and stuff is cool though. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue that. It's a shame because I feel like on paper it wasn't terrible, and they had really good things going about it, like going for it rather. No, stop. It just wasn't executed phenomenally well. It's the PlayStation power button. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've just got to hold it for a while, right? Bahamut feels like you're aiming a tank. Yeah.
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts.
Why?
You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
Wyvern. My name is
The
Wyvern.
Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone. Before I change my mind.
That's cold-blooded.
Fucking coward!
Throw my sword right into his back.
Right now.
He will get dates forever for his voice in this game. I think he might have a partner already.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty-pated lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop
Names.
spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Blood?
Goose, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime. Goods, was it? I have only with your imp. Run along now.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise
That's
me
the spirit,
you won't
Goots.
hurt her, or I'll kill you myself.
He's getting the courage.
No.
Enough, all of you!
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it?
Is that a scorned
I thought
lover?
the years might have taught you some sense. But I see you're the same pants-pissing
No.
craven you've always been. What was it we called you? Wet legs?
Definitely not.
You bitch!
It's on site.
Everything that happened. It was all your fault.
Lucy, have a fantastic night's sleep, you
Finally
lovely.
pay for what you did to me.
Gooch, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck.
What just happened?
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So,
What just happened?
wet legs, you remember what you told me when we last met? And I eye for an eye. Wise words, Sam. Wise words.
No way.
It's time to collect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It isn't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. He'll learn his lesson soon enough.
Then
But
we
something
work
tells
our
me
way
that
down.
Wet Legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
Clive. Ta-ra, Clive. I love her accent. It's so
Remind me
warm.
never to cross you, Karen.
Bloody hell, that was amazing. I mean, horrible, but amazing. Jesus. Pretty eye-opening indeed. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, let's go back here. Compared to her eye-gouging prices, bruh. I guess Karen gouges in more ways than one. No? Yo! Sparta Medea, thank you so much for using your Prime Gaming Gear. 7 months. Finally back. Been watching on YouTube. Keep being awesome. You are such an absolute lovely. That's brought the biggest smile on my face. Sincerely. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for using your Prime Gaming here and for watching on YouTube and for sending the incredibly lovely note. You legend, bless you. If you talk to her after the side quest is over back at the hideaway, I think there's more dialogue. Yeah, let's see. Well, let's see what she says after. Never fuck with Karen.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the gut.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to make things worse. I just thought I had to protect you. Like you've protected me.
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan. I won't let you down.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today'll cost you the same as it did yesterday.
Cute, really cute. But I think the thing that I still am not sure if I totally understand. We continental censor displayed in Clive's chambers. According to Karen, a censer packed with herbs and ambergris can ward off everything from insects to the plague, protect her home from thieves and demons, and heal any number of ailments, all whilst bringing love and fortune. So you can read. Congratulations. The thing that I'm not totally sure on is in British English, we would call someone like your grandmother your nan, and so Goots calls Karen nan, and Karen's essentially been his adopted parents, but were his actual parents blood related? I'm gonna think not, so I don't think she's his blood nan. Otherwise, I would be surprised if she talked so poorly about one of her children, but I'm not positive. Guardian scarf. With this tipped, dyed flames of Firebird and the blood of fallen Rosaria brothers, to Sir Wade pledge, oh that's right, not only his loyalty, but the loyalty of the Guardians of Flame. Sid's goblet, miraculously undamaged in the attack on the old hideaway. Otto held on to the featureless clay cup to remind him of his lost friend before giving it to Clive, knowing that Sid would have wanted the proud bearer of his legacy to have it. We've read this one just now. I think that was... This might be new. No, that's not new. And the rest of it, no, yeah. Okay, so we've got... We're missing quite a handful still. Surprisingly.